Well, hello friends, this is Mike, and I have a drum set for sale. I have 3 drum sets, and one of them's got to go, and this one's it. It's a great little drum set. It's not perfect, and I'm going to show you all the imperfections, but it's an excellent starter set or a beginner set for someone just getting started. And the nice thing is, contrary to a lot of drum sets you're going to see when you're looking online, this one has everything. It has all the drums, the cymbals, the stands, the pedals, even a pair of sticks, so you can take this home and be drumming tonight or whenever you buy this. So let's do a quick tour of the set. Oh, also I need to mention, if you decide to buy this from me and you're local here and you're a beginning drummer, I can give you a couple of free lessons to get you started. If you're an intermediate or advanced drummer, lessons from me aren't going to mean much, but if you're a beginner and need to get started and want to avoid some of the mistakes I made as a teenager and get off to learn some basic beats and fills and some good habits, I can get you started with that. I've got a drum set in the basement I can show you on, which is just a matter of arranging the time that's good for both of us, and you can come on by and I'll give you a couple of free lessons and get you off on your way beginning the drums. So let's take a look. So we've got a 22-inch bass drum. This is the brand of this is Speedfire 2000, which is basically a non-brand. It's not none of this is major brands, but everything's intact and everything works. It's a 5-piece set, so I've got the 2 toms on the top, mounted toms on the top, a floor tom, snare drum, and that's the 5 pieces, the 5 drums. I've also got the hi-hat, 2 crash cymbals, crash 1, crash 2, and a ride. I also have some spare bits here. I've got an extra boom stand. So it's a good stable stand. The only problem is if you pick it up by this section, this is going to come out. So as long as you pick it up by the base section, it's a great little stand. Nothing fancy, no fancy brand name or anything, but it's a good stand that'll last you many years. It's lasted me many years. I also have the hoops and the heads for the bottom 2 toms. I took those off because there's a couple of lugs that are bad. So they're not enough lugs for all of them. But I play it open, and they're nice deep toms. They're deeper than most toms, so they've got a nice deep sound. They sound good open like that without the bottom heads. But if you wanted to put the bottom heads on, all you've got to do is buy some new lugs. You can find them on eBay cheap, and if the lugs don't line up with the holes, you can just drill a new hole and put the new lugs in, and you're in business. And I've got the screws and the hardware and everything for you to put the heads back on and get everything going. What else? So we've got the hi-hats, a 12-inch hi-hat. And none of these are, fancy brand name cymbals or anything. They're no-name Chinese cymbals. Nice, but it's nice entry-level cymbals. It's going to get you started. Everything's intact. These 2 crashes are new-ish. This ride is new. And the hats are slightly used, but everything's intact. Everything works good. The stands all work good. The pedals work good. Another thing to note, if you look closely, the DW7000 drum pedal, that's a double pedal. Now, these retail and Drum Workshop is a major brand. Of everything on this kit, this is the only item that's a major brand. I'm going to pull this throne out of the way. Drum Workshop is one of the best brands going, and this is their mid to advanced level. Their highest level is the 7000 series for the bass pedals. Their highest level is the 9000. This is the 7000. And then they've got the 3000, the 2000, the 1000. So it's pretty high up the food chain on Drum Workshop's product lineup. It's not the highest, but it's excellent. You could do professional with this. This double pedal retails. You check this out on eBay to confirm this. They retail new for about $400. They're selling used for $200. So that's the most pricey and valuable item of this whole kit, and that comes with. It works great. The only thing is this little joint right here. If you pull this left pedal back toward you a little bit, that starts to bind. But as long as you keep them straight like that, let's see if I can get a better angle. As long as you keep them straight like that, you're in business, and it's going to work great. You just don't want to turn that in much more than it is. But that lines up good, that you can play that well. So you don't need to pull it in and make that little joint bind. Works great. What else? I've gone through this whole snare drum, brand new head on the bottom and top. Also, I like the Klingons. the window clings, the gel window clings to dampen the drums. I've got shamrocks on there. Some of the shamrocks have had some stick therapy over the years, but I love the idea of dampening the toms with window clings, holiday window clings. Sometimes I had Christmas ones on there, Easter ones, but this one happens to be a lucky leprechaun. Maybe they'll bring you some luck as you learn to play the drums. I've also got a free pillow in there and some hardware inside the drum, and that's pretty much it. Now, as far as the price, it is a firm price, and shop around first, because as you shop around, if you find a complete drum set with everything you need, drums, cymbals, pedals, stands, the whole enchilada, including the throne, not a fancy throne, but it's a working throne, good throne, they're hard to find a complete drum set, and if you do, it's not going to be anywhere near this price. I'm asking $500 for this, and that is a firm price. Please don't ask. It's a firm price, and it's a great value for this price. You're getting a complete drum set you can take home and play tonight or whenever you buy it, and everything's there to get started. You've also got an extra stand, a nice boom stand. You've got the bottom heads in case you want to put those back on. The only other thing with this drum set that's an issue, and I need to disclose it, is on this joint right here, on the stand, there's no, see, this one has a little wing nut thing to tighten it. This one does not. You just need to tighten that with pliers. It tightens very easy with pliers. That's the only thing with this that's not quote unquote intact, and it's a very minor thing. You could even replace that stand if you wanted with your boom stand, and be done with that stand, whatever you want to do. But I've got that small stand for the ride to keep it nice and low, which is where most people like it, a ride cymbal. And that's pretty much it. If you are curious about this and are good with the firm price, and it's an excellent price, there's nothing wrong with what I'm asking for it. It's a complete drum set, and you shop around first. You're not going to find anything like this for less than less than that. Looking for $500 for it. If you're good with all of that, also a free couple of lessons. If you need that, you have to be local and you have to be a beginner. If you're an intermediate or advanced drummer, nothing I'm going to teach you is going to take you to another level. But if you're a beginner drummer and you want to get off on the right foot, learn some basic beats and fills and some good habits, and avoid some of the mistakes I made as a teenager starting drumming, I am more than happy to do that. Have a couple of sessions here at my house on my other drum set in the basement. Very happy to do that. If all of that resonates with you and you're liking to move forward, give me a call. My cell phone number, call or text, area code 508-450-7485. That's area code 508-450-7485. Like I said, it's a firm price. You have to be local or have to be willing to pick it up. Likewise, if you wanted to take me up on the free lessons to get started, have to be local or willing to drive here to Derby Line, Vermont. Assuming that's the case, I'd be happy to give you a couple of free lessons, subject to scheduling. We have to schedule a time that works for you and for me. Happy to do that. Excellent value, excellent way to get yourself off on the road to drumming, and it is an awful lot of fun. Now, your other family members in your house may not agree with that. Thankfully, my parents were very tolerant of that as a teenager growing up and through the years, but it's a wonderful experience. And drums are easy to learn. It's very easy to learn a few basic beats and fills and get yourself started. You can get going, the first day. Once you leave here, you're going to be ready at least to do some basic beats, basic fills, and go home and at least have some fun. And then the rest, of course, the learning curve gets steeper as you go, learning the drums as far as the fancy moves and all of this. But I can show you how to practice some of those so you can grow into those. Some of those take a little doing, but I can show you how to grow into some of those. And get yourself off on the right foot and on the wonderful journey of playing the drums. It's been a lifelong experience for me, which I completely love and enjoy. They've been very satisfying. And I'll even burn a couple of discs for you of some of the greatest drumming ever recorded, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Well, that's it. Thank you for viewing this, and please give me a call if this all sounds good to you. Have a great day.